Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet again another Supercharging My Barra episode. It's part 4, and in this episode we're going to direct our full attention on the actual supercharger. Now, we're just about done everything else. Here's our supercharger. It's a Wind 177. Then we've got a LSA throttle body for it, which I'm going to repin to suit the BARRA, and a 4150 single carb style elbow to suit GM LS throttle bodies. I've also got the fuel rail that came off of Goofy already, so I've had this on here for a few years. 1000cc injectors, obviously the Raceworks billet aluminum fuel rail, and probably swap this out with my own, or leave it if it doesn't piss us around. I'm working on some here threaded bar to make a belt guard. It is a requirement for competitions to have a belt guard with a blower that sticks out the bonnet. It's just a safety thing. Yeah, so I'm cueing that intro, and I reckon I'm going to do a rundown of what we've done so far, just so we're all up to speed.
Channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
So here we have it, the almost finished product. It's just missing the supercharger, obviously. Just a rundown, as we all would have seen, me pulling all this down to get to the head. That got sent off to get machined. We've got 95-pound Crow cams, valve springs in there, and retainers. We've also got our anti-pump uplifters under this. High mount alternator kit, just so I can have a belt that runs around my water pump block off. And talking about the water pump block off, we got our Davies Craig EWP 150, that's all wired in, all dash 20, giant dash 20 lines, huge. Hurricane comp extractors, I've had them on the car for a while, but yeah, heat wrapped, as you can see. Got a Raceworks catch can down the back there, that came from the old owner. I've done a few little things to improve heat performance, so just got some gold heat reflective tape. Not entirely sure why I put this here, but I suppose it can keep some heat off of the alternator there. I've done a lot of wiring work, just this Haltech sleeve harness stuff. Doesn't add any protection, or maybe it does. It's an extra layer on your wires. I can't imagine why it wouldn't, but it's purely dress up, so I did it all just because it looks better with it. And we got oil redirection to oil coolers sandwich plate down there. Pretty sure it's a HKS one. What are they called? Oil pressure switch and oil temp for my gauges. That's set up pretty in there. They run to the front, which I've done a lot of already, so we've got the oil cooler there, and AN lines will go across here. I'm just waiting for another part. All our wiring, external fuse box for all the extra stuff I have going on. So we got fans and water pump will be on the one switch on 2 different relays. When I get it, I'll have an Astra power steering pump sitting in here somewhere, which will also go to my vac pump. That'll be on the same switch, but 2 different relays, and then I've got fuel pumps. This vac pump here is obviously this is a brake booster that isn't for a turbo car or anything, so it's just standard. So I'll need a vac pump to be able to have brakes once I'm full noise. It is a recommendation I'll give to anyone, even if your car is naturally aspirated, to run a vac pump, because once your throttle body is just about wide open, you're pretty much close to atmosphere, so your brakes aren't very good as is. Obviously because you're in atmosphere, it's no longer pulling a vacuum. So these are good for a good brake upgrade, and they work the brakes work a hell of a lot better with it. And talking about my switches, we got here my switch panel, ignition switch on the left, starter button there, so push start button, water pump slash fans, vac slash power steering, and fuel. Just went down to the back for another couple of things I have purchased. Is 2 new fuel pumps, Raceworks EFP. EFP's fuel pump, I thought that'd be something else fancy. Anyways, E85 fuel pumps. This is all fuel setup, fuel cell, 58 litre, 2.5 litre surge tank. Fuel comes out of here, through the filter into the pump, into the surge tank, and then sucks out of the surge, another fuel pump that sucks out the surge tank, it pushes pressure to the fuel rail. And this all has redirection, so when it comes back into the surge tank again, but then we have a redirection thing here, so when the surge tank's full, obviously it is getting full because I'm not using nearly the amount of fuel that these pumps put out. It all just comes back into the cell. So in theory it rotates through the whole system anyway, so it's just constantly getting filtered. Yeah, and we got all of its AN lines. Spent way too much bloody money on this car. Aftermarket high pressure, airflow, what are they called? Fuel pressure things. Adjustable fuel pressure regulator, that's it. Raceworks, not Raceworks, Ross Racing balancer. And it's just standard balancer replacement, no upsize, no downsize, nothing. And yeah, so that's just a quick update on everything. This is everything that's on it. And we've only got the supercharger and the Haltech ECU to go. Oh, and the exhaust, so we've got an exhaust as well, just so I can cruise the streets with a VRX valve, so I'll figure out how to make that mount right. But yeah, Haltech ECU, exhaust with the VRX, and then obviously supercharger goes on close to the next. Just a few little nicks and knacks to finish up on, just those little tedious things. And then we can start with the fun stuff. Alright, I've done a lot of the little knick-knack shit. Now, I reckon it's about time that we put the supercharger on. The big exciting part. I'm gonna set this up. Maybe there. Grab the charger. And probably gonna break my back doing this, but we'll see how we go. Well, there we go. It's on there. Just gonna continue putting the bolts back on. And yeah, well, that did hurt to do, at the very least. But I wonder if I can.
Oh, did you cry when I found you in the night? Staying up till 5 AM, told me you and him were friends. Woke up in a burning home, blame myself, I should have known. To stay in a place, sealed our fate, buried in the catacombs. Setting fire to the life we made, such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays, guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. Too afraid to find that you changed your mind from sleepless nights. Was I part of your design? Push me till I broke alone. No one heard my heart explode. It's a suicide dive, just knew when you die and question everything you know. Setting fire to the life we made, such a fucking waste of time. Said you love me till my heart decays, guess my darling changed her mind. And talks my heart online. Darks my heart online.
Alright, and we're back. I finished off all that wiring loom. It was an absolute nightmare. I extended the map sensor plug and I've put a belt on. It doesn't fit right, like it's not on all the pulleys, but I just put it on there to try this. So what we're doing next, I'm going to explain, is these. These are SFI rated blower restraints, so like a belt will go into there and a restraint plate on here that I haven't yet received back. Someone's making one for me. So these will just mount onto here, and these are required on any supercharged car with a blower out the bonnet. I'm fairly sure. I'm not 100% on that, but it can never be too safe, so I'm just doing it anyway. I was told, I'm fairly sure I require it. Grab one of our nuts. chuck him on there. So that just bolts to there. Same goes for this one. Just bolts to the same spot with his other nut. Like so. And these will just kind of sit together like, sort of like that. But we'll sit kept up so we can align it together. So obviously we're aiming for the restraint belt, actual belt parts come out of here area in the supercharger, and it will come down into that. So we're aiming to get pretty close to that. Obviously it can be moved. This one's pretty darn close already. And voila, I'm just gonna go right next to him. It's not the prettiest, but the functionality. Just like that. Obviously I'm not gonna be able to remove this actually. Let's do a little something something, eh? Just like that. Now they are removable. I was kind of worried for a second. And there we go. Like I said, it's not entirely pretty, but it's required. And I'll have another two down there somewhere. I think I'll mount them off the engine mount bolts and bend them toward this way. That way they can pretty well work like that. But yeah, so like I said, I did all the little nicky-nacky stuff. I finished off the oil cooling, just stuff I didn't want to record because it's not particularly fun. But yeah, so I'll find something else to do, probably record that. But at this current moment, I'm in a bit of a limp, pun intended, so I'm just waiting on a couple of things. So I suppose I'll tidy up some shit, make more looms look nicer, clean up the mess, put some tools away, and we'll get to the next thing. I also forgot to mention a couple of things, such as this here, figured out which goes to what, and what does what, and that's all done now. So we've got the water pump works, fans work, fuel pumps work, and the vac pump works. And that one there. They all work fine and dandy. So we're just got to get a power steering pump put into that nice open gap there for me. And I forgot to talk about this, so this is going to be the belt guard, so that's also required for any blower with something sticking out the bonnet. So to enter any comp burnouts, particularly, I don't know much about any other type of stuff, but I know a blower belt guard is required. So I'm just trying to make that. I'm not going to record it because it's going to be a lot of on and off stuff, welding back and forth, like, yeah, it'd be too hard, and not to mention it being probably quite boring. So anyway, like I said, skip to something else, and yeah, we'll be back. So finally found something to do, and we're going to start on this bonnet. So it's going to be a lot of opening and closing. I reckon it'd be a pretty good time lapse to do. Just cut a hole, close it, see where it hits, cut a hole. Just keep doing that until I have a nice outline of the blower. I'll probably need to take these off, but yeah, we'll just crack onto that.
reminding us that even the smallest rock can have a hand at sculpting worlds. Asteroid.
Good morning. It is the next day. It's a nice, bright and gloomy Saturday morning. As we would have seen in the last clip, we finished off the hole in the bonnet. Fits like a glove, and this looks beautiful. And now we're moving on to our next task, which is a big one because I don't know at all what I'm doing. Water meth injection kit. So if anyone knows anything about these here force inducted cars, even NA cars, especially just high performance or cars that are revving constantly, everything gets really hot, especially force induction. So that can cause problems such as overheating, and that causes pre-det and so pre-ignition of the fuel before it does the part that it's supposed to. So especially with force induction, you're compressing the air, which makes it hot, and everything gets hot, your car goes down in power. So to keep the air temps cool, we use something called water meth injection. So it's a 50-50 mix, or however you like, of water and methanol. As methanol evaporates very cold, and water there to dilute it a bit. So I've already mounted the box. Did that off camera last night when a couple of mates rocked up. So this has got a little fuel pump in there. This is a box that you mix your water and meth with. And yeah, so with how it works is when it's plumbed up, we have this little doohickey here. So basically this, if I remember correctly when I was told about it, you can change the flow, the level, pump dynamic, I don't know what that is, but you change what flow it is and you base it off air temps and stuff. Unfortunately, I do not have something like these external extracted like air temp reading things for the extractors. I don't remember their name. But I think I could probably get an air temp sensor in here, just so I know the air temps, and then we can, you know, base that off a controlled diagram while using the water meth. So lucky for me, this back of this already had 2 holes that fit these perfectly. So these are sprayers. Obviously the water meth mixture, which evaporates into the induction. Some even makes it in, keeps the combustion chamber cool, keeps everything cool in there. So I don't honestly know where to start. I'm going to do a bit of research and see where we can go. There's a lot of wires and stuff that I don't particularly know what to do. We got this thing, solenoid. Yeah, no, so I'll try to figure something out, and once I do, I'll come back to it and record doing it. But at the moment, all I can really do is plumb up this line to the back, and yeah, something along those lines. Oh. Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's me again. Same video, supercharging the Barra. Just wanted to make this part apologising for just being lazy. I was working to a pretty strict deadline and didn't get to record much of it. I think the last thing I left off with the water meth injection. But yeah, so here's Goofy. I've just taken it and gotten it back from Victoria, from Falconoath Performance. It's been tuned, and yeah, so I've finished off the water meth. Since the last clip we would have seen in the video, I finished off the water meth injection and did some other things. I got the blower plate, the straps, worked out the filter, obviously worked out the water meth injection. My mate Kian came over and helped getting the car running just with the Haltech, just to get it idling so I could get it on the trailer. So we're fucking around with that. There's a few hiccups here and there, but nothing's ever perfect when you're doing this. But yeah, so like I said, just want to apologize. You guys have missed out on a lot. It's first startup, it's dyno pulls, but I'll leave a clip in the video after I'm done here. So yeah, so let's just take yous around and basically show you. So I also went with these bonnet latches that don't seem to work very well. Bear with me. Because I don't know if that was in the video, it probably wasn't, but my bonnet latch decided to just give out. So yeah, belt guard, filters on, throttle body's wired up, blower straps, and those that I think I recorded some of that. Yeah, and it's tuned. I even patched that hole from the Supercharger. It makes 290 kilowatt, 9 psi. Yeah, so water meth injection. Just a big shout out to Rob at Falconoath Performance for all the hard work he's put into it. He had it for a week. It had heaps of hiccups, and he helped. So just give her a start up. Or maybe I won't. I'm also having an issue with the grounding on my fuel pumps. Like you would have seen maybe in Hayden's video, This has got a full exhaust as well, 3.5 inch cat back, no cat. Oh yeah, she's doing well. So like I said, sorry you guys didn't get to see any of that, and it's raining outside. Yeah, so I want to say I was being lazy, but then again, defending myself, I was not being that lazy. I was working towards a massive deadline, trying to get a lot of stuff done, and it managed to happen. So yeah, that's pretty much the supercharging the Barra. I'll leave some clips in of, I don't know what I got, but yeah, so if you shoot over to Lomond Motorsports or Hayden Lomond, you'll see all the details of this. Yeah, or the welcome to Team Throttle Smashers, which is also another thing. I've joined the Burnout team. Me and Hayden created the Burnout team. I just kind of jumped in on as a co-owner. Obviously, you never have too much help running those. So in that video, you can see a lot of it running, it working. But yeah, 290 kilowatts, E85 with 9 psi, water meth injection. It goes pretty sweet, like it's cool. But after the clips, that's basically it. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and yeah, it's been a cool ride. Stay tuned for Red Centre Nats. Alright guys, so it's me again. Like I said before, so I would have just shown you the clips. So now it's thank you again for joining me on this journey. Supercharging my Burnout car, or the Barra Burnout car. Very unique setup. Only a handful of people I know or know of that have something like this. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the support, all the likes and stuff. It does mean a lot. Please remember to like and subscribe down there. And yeah, stay tuned for the Red Centre Nats series. It's currently Sunday and we start the road trip tomorrow to Red Centre, so I've got to sort my shit out. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. If anyone hasn't seen my Red Centre Nats videos before, they have burnouts, drags. This year they got dirt drags. There's grass driving, show and shine. What else? Power skids up the drag strip. You'll find cars like my own. If you want to look on the inside of the boot here, this sticker, green sticker. Green sticker means you can drive your car on the street, anywhere and everywhere, as you so please. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching this series. Stay tuned for Red Centre Nats. Take it easy.